Hey guys, welcome back to FedEx Gaming's Redstone tutorials. Please leave a like on the video, I really appreciate it. Also, my channel grow. Now today I'm be showing you guys how to build a secret room behind a clock. Now this was inspired to me by Batman, because if anyone has seen any Batman movies or series or TV shows, inside Bruce Wayne's manor, there is a clock that will open up and you can go into the Batcave. So I was like, you know what? I want to make that in Minecraft. So if I flip up this lever, a door will open up and we can go inside our secret little Batcave. Now, of course, you don't need this door here. I just have the door there because it looks better on a clock. I think it looks more clockish with the door, but we can remove that door. It's not needed. And as you can see, the clock opens up and then we can go into our secret room. So here is a little bit more of an open view of it. Now, this does not use a lot of redstone at all. So let's flip up the lever. There's it closing, and flip it down and there's it opening. So let's just start building this thing right away. So what we're going to need for this build is a 7x4 spacing. And we're going to have to dig down at least 4. And the materials we're going to need for this is 5 sticky pistons, 5 redstone torches, 6 repeaters, a handful of dust, because let's face it, everyone has redstone dust. They should by now. Well, if you're building stuff on my channel, you should have redstone dust if you're doing a survival. Blocks of choices will be blocks you will be able to see. Now, I have the blue one right here, and I also have red and green. The blue circuit's going to be for my double piston extender. The red is going to be for my input, and the green is just for any extra stuff I want to pretty much chop out of the way. And of course, if you're going to build a clock, you don't have to do a clock, but if you're going to, you're going to need at least 2 blocks, a staircase, an item frame, and a clock. You don't have to use the same exact types I'm using. You can use wood as well, but I like using stone. So once you got your area dug out, we're going to come to the bottom left hand side and we're going to count over 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to count up 2. 1, 2. And we're going to put a block right there, and we're going to put 2 pistons facing upwards. That will be our double piston extender. We can now delete this block. It is not needed. And then we're going to put 1 more piston right to the side of our double piston extender, kind of making it look like an R shape. Next, what we're going to do is come to the left hand side of our double piston extender, and we're going to go 1 block above it, like that. And then taking our blue block, we're going to come 1 to the left of it, so it looks something like that. And we're going to put a torch on this blue block. It will make this piston extend up. Next, what we're going to do is come a block underneath the block that has the torch on it, and then 1 out towards right underneath the redstone torch. We're going to put dust underneath here, and coming out of this dust, we're going to put a repeater set to 2 ticks delay. Next, what we're going to do is put a piece of dust 1 down from our repeater, and then put a block right in front of our 2 tick delay repeater. Then coming out of this dust, we're going to have another repeater set to 3 ticks delay. And then we're going to put a torch right on this block that our 2 tick delay repeater is going into, which will make this piston extend as well. Next, what we're going to do is put a block right in front of our 3 tick delay repeater with dust on top of it, and a torch coming out of that. That will create our monostable circuit. That is just to pull down the final block on our double piston extender. Next, what we're going to do is put a block up on top of our torch, and then 1 off to the side, and then 1 up like that. And we're going to put dust here and here. And now these 2 are going to connect, and we do not want this. So we're just going to put 1 block right here and just cut that connection off. You don't want these connected. And that's it. That's our whole bottom area. That's for our double piston extender and everything. So if I take our lever and I put it on this back block right here that we started off with the torch, and I flip it down and then flip it up, as you can see, the double piston extends. Also, we could put our there we go, our clock block on there. There we go, our clock block. That kind of sounded wrong. Our block of choice for our clock. There we go. So if I flip this down, as you can see, the double piston goes down and the double piston goes up. So if yours is not doing that, then you did something wrong and you're going to have to go back. So now we're going to do the top area. So let's take out our green wool, and we're also going to need our red wool here as well, because our input's coming up very soon. So coming out of the block that has our lever on it, we're going to come out 2 and put 2 repeaters here set to 1 tick delay. Then we're going to take our red block and put it right behind here. This is our input block. This is where if you want to put a, let's say, a T flip-flop with buttons instead of a lever, we're going to put a piece of dust on that, and now we don't need our red block anymore because this is the only input part that we could put it on. Next, what we're going to do is put a block right above our repeater, right next to our dust, and put a torch coming out of that with a block on top of it and dust on top of that. And then we're going to take our block of choice and come up 2 right here, like so. Next, what we're going to do is coming out of this block of choice right here, we're going to put a sticky piston facing outwards. It will extend. So if I flip this up actually right now, we don't need our lever here anymore. We have to put our lever over here. So let's flip it down. As you can see, our double piston still works great. And then we flip it up. As you can see, this piston's still getting in the way of it. So we're going to fix that. So to fix this area for why it's doing this, all you have to do is come down right here where our 2 repeaters are going into this block. And we're going to come out 1 more block to the side, put dust on it, put a block coming out, and then put a repeater coming out of this dust set to 3 ticks delay with a block in front of it, and then dust on top of that block. So now if we flick down the repeater, as you can see, the double piston goes down, and then when we flip it up, it pushes it out. So there's our whole clock motion. But now we need to get this sticky piston out of the way so we can actually enter the door. Because see, if I put a lever here and flip it down, how are we going to get in the door with that sticky piston in the way, you stupid sticky piston? All right, so let's get rid of that sticky piston. So all we have to do is come back down here, and where we have our dust with our 3 tick going into here, we just come out to the left-hand side of it, put a repeater here set to 1 tick delay, put a block in front of it, put dust down on top of it, put a block coming up in front of it like that. Just kind of make like a staircase going up kind of deal. And then we're going to put a torch on this side. The torch will go off. Put a block on top of the torch. There we go. And then we're going to put a sticky piston on top of this block like so, facing this one. So, well, of course it's going to be facing that. Where else would it be facing? So now we flip up the lever, and then we flip it down. Yep, we just finished the whole thing. It's that easy to build, guys. So now all you have to do is actually flip it up so it's open, and then we just got to clean it up. So let's put our wall in, our flooring. There we go. And then we can put our walling above the top area. And then, of course, we are going to take out our staircase. Now, like I said, you don't need to do a clock. I like it because, well, that's the whole thing. It's behind a clock, but you don't have to. And then we put our little clock on there like that. So if I flip down this lever, it opens up, and then we can come inside and clean it up a little bit. So let's clean it up in here. Of course, we'll put a block right above that. There we go. All nice and clean. And there we go. Like I said, you don't have to do a clock, but I think the clock's cool. So we flip up this lever, and like I said, this is our input block right here. Now, how I did it over here, where I got the lever all the way over there, all I did was literally just bring it out. Then I put a torch right here, and as you can see, it activates it, and then I just put my lever here, and that's what I did. But if you want to put a T flip-flop with buttons, you just have to put it to this block right here. This block right here is your input for everything. So there you guys go. That's how you build my secret room behind a clock. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like and subscribe to stay tuned with my newest videos. All right, guys. Peace.